Alright guys, I'm done with film camp. I even got my thing, the diploma thing and everything. And I just saw Transformers Age of Extinction, so let's talk about it. Okay, first off, before I get into depth about this, I just want you guys to know I am a Transformers fan. I do like those movies. I haven't seen all of Michael Bay's films, so I can't say I'm a Michael Bay fan, but I do like the Transformers. I know that there's some people that don't, so just know that while I'm talking about it. So let's go. Okay, first off, you're gonna hear a lot of critics talk about this. The movie is a tad bit too long because at some points it felt like dragged out, and it just felt like this has been happening for like 5 minutes, So that's one of the things, but it didn't bug me too much, but it did a tad bit towards the end. Another thing is that the fact that I get that they have new characters and they're establishing those characters, but, I get that they need to have time for those characters to develop them, but each time we saw them, we didn't get something new. So it's almost like let's say I'm developing this character named Steve, okay? And Steve has no job, and he's just looking for some type of job. And that's it. That's all you know. That's it. And each time we come back to him, we just know that. So when we're developing the character known as Steve in this sense, that's all we know. For the total development time, that's all we know. That's what it felt like. It didn't add anything more. It just kept on the same pace. And then another thing is that there's this guy in the beginning. He's Mark Wahlberg's friend, basically, and he got annoying at some points because when there's a serious situation, he kept making jokes through the whole thing, and it ruined some parts of it, because I'm like, I just want to see this happening, but yet they're showing that guy just talking about it, and just saying the joke that he's going to say, and he's just making jokes through the whole thing, and that really bugged me, because it's a serious situation. Why are you doing this? That bugs me. But another thing is, I don't think that this really counts as a spoiler because this character is not in the movie, and he's not confirmed to be. And that's a thing that Lockdown says. He says something about the creator and everything, and then towards the end, Optimus Prime's in space, and he says, "I'm coming for you." The creator. Now, I wouldn't count this as an Easter egg for Unicron, but I am, because they touched on that a tad bit too much for me to ignore it. Lockdown probably says that in the whole movie 5 times, and then Optimus Prime says, and Optimus Prime doesn't say a lot of things about Easter eggs. So I'm guessing that that's for Unicron. I know Unicron's not the creator, I don't believe, but just the way Lockdown says it, and then Optimus Prime mentions it, it felt like Unicron a lot. The next thing is that there's this scene with that blonde girl, which is essentially a clone from Dark of the Moon, and okay, I'm trying to say this without giving away any spoilers, but she's basically in the car, and her dad tells her to break the glass, Mark Wahlberg being this dad. He tells her to break the glass, and she literally does this. No, I'm trying, I can't break it, it's too hard, I'm trying, I can't do it. And through that whole thing, I was thinking, really? That's not even trying. And I almost didn't count that because, she's scared, so, maybe that's one of the reasons, but I just couldn't get over that. Really? I'm trying. No, you're not trying, okay? And then at one point, Mark Wahlberg breaks glass with his elbow. It's nah. And then she can't do this. Really? But the next thing, there's this guy, and basically he works for, the CIA. I'm not going to get to detail about it. But there's this guy that falls off a building. Okay, this guy, he falls off a building. That looks like that's one of the fakest falls I've ever seen. That fall was so fake. It was like this. Like that. Okay, you do not want to even know what the green screen stuff did. That fall was so fake. But one of the things I did like is that the look of the robots, this being all of them, they did look really fresh and new because the CGI has advanced since then. Actually, it's kind of hard to believe since 2011, but it did advance more, and it did look better, and they looked a lot more slick and shiny, and they just looked better. I did really like that. The Dinobots were awesome. Just this movie was really good. I'm gonna give it. Okay, as a fan of the Transformers movies, as a fan, I'd rate it a 10. As a critic, I would rate it an 8.5 for certain things, such as the fall thing, and the Dinobots weren't really that much into it, and there wasn't that much development with them. And then just some tad things, like I've previously mentioned. But have you guys seen Transformers Age of Extinction? And tell me, did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? What would you rate it as a fan, and what would you rate it as a critic if you are one? Please tell me what your thoughts are on that movie. Click that subscribe button. It's somewhere up there. And I was going to point to the comment section. It's up here. But just thank you guys for watching. And later, guys. Wait, one more thing. I'm sorry about me just basically pacing back and forth in my hotel room. I'm sorry about that, but I'm in Washington, in a hotel room, Washington State being this, because there was a mix-up with the things. I don't need to get into that, but we had to switch our planes around. It was just bad. So now I'm in Washington State, but I'm just in my hotel room. I don't have my movies with me or anything like that, so I'm sorry about that. But again, let me know what you thought about the movie, and later, again.